Today on Advocate Now, we're advocating for something many women have suppressed for centuries: sexual pleasure. That's why we're so passionate about helping women tap into their divine feminine. Today, we're learning about Tantric sex, which can help women release tension and fully connect to receive maximum pleasure. Joining us now is the author and founder of Urban Tantra, Barbara Carrellas. This is Advocate Now. Well, Barbara, Tantric sex is becoming increasingly more mainstream, and it's rooted in Tantra, which is an ancient Hindu practice that focuses on promoting a deeper sense of intimacy. For those who are unfamiliar, though, can you help explain what Tantric sex is and how it can help enhance intimacy during sex?
Sure. Tantric sex is just a tiny part of the vast lineages of both Hindu and Buddhist Tantra. I think the reason the erotic part of Tantra is so popular is that we are desperate for a spiritually focused practice that is sex positive, because there basically aren't any. And Tantra is basically, instead of saying that I have to wait to the afterlife or I have to go cloister myself off in an ashram in order to get some sort of spiritual fulfillment or enlightenment, Tantra says we can get that just by walking through the bits and pieces of being in a body every day in the world. Every opportunity is a moment for a little bit of enlightenment. And one of those opportunities is sex. There's a quote by an author named George Fierstein that I really, really like. And he says, when we truly understand our sexuality, we come face to face with the mystery of spirit. When we truly understand the spiritual dimension of existence, we come face to face with the mystery of sexuality. And I think that is so true. And I think most people know that somewhere inside their soul.
And even though Tantric sex can lead to very intense orgasms, it isn't actually orgasm focused, right?
Absolutely right. Because Tantric sex isn't focused on any particular goal. For many people, orgasm is a goal. And if orgasm doesn't happen, the encounter is a failure, and usually it's somebody's fault. But in Tantra, you simply head down a sensual path together, which could be anywhere on the spectrum from mild to wild, depending on your sexual style. And you just have the intention of following it wherever it goes. And intention is very different than goal. Intention is held in the present moment. Goal is something in the future you have to strive for. We don't have to strive in Tantra. We just need to be in the moment.
So what are the core principles of Tantric sex?
The core principles of my Urban Tantra are really, really simple. And they're all about understanding energy, feeling, seeing, being aware of energy, and moving energy. And anyone can do these. Imagination. Energy really does follow thought. And if you can imagine a connection between you and your partner, that might be a gold cord or something like that, you will begin to feel that connection. Can be used throughout bodies. It's not just limited to like a heart connection. Breath. The more you breathe, the more you feel. Different kinds and ways of breathing will bring you to different emotional, intimate states. In fact, you can even have an orgasm, a full body orgasm-like experience just by breathing. I even have a guided meditation so you can do it at home because it's not that complicated. Another core principle is sound. Sound moves energy. It vibrates the body. Not only does it feel good, it moves a lot of energy. Movement, moving around, squeezing your PC muscle. That's the pubococcygeus muscle. It's the same muscle you use to stop peeing. And any combination of those energetic exercises, techniques, awarenesses can bring you to a much higher state of erotic fulfillment and excitement. So much so that it makes you feel like you've connected with spirit, and there's the spiritual part.
Well, a lot of people, especially women, carry some sort of shame around sex. Can this be used as a tool to release some of that shame?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, some people specifically hold the intention of releasing shame when they practice Tantra, especially as part of an ongoing Tantric practice. The sheer power of Tantric experiences can do a lot to shift the shame quotient.
Well, sex is a core part of many relationships. So for a couple that's having tantric sex regularly, can it actually help their relationship outside of the bedroom too?
Oh, absolutely. But the word regularly troubles me a little bit, because tantric sex experiences are typically longer and more intense than other sexual experiences. So they might not be the kind of experiences that you would want to do every night or as a quickie. Think of it this way. It's more like the difference, regular sex and tantric sex is more like the difference between smoking a joint and going on an hours-long soul journey on mushrooms. You wouldn't want that mushroom journey every night because it takes a while for the effects of something so powerful to reveal themselves in all their beauty and complexity. Tantric sex is a little like that. But yes, it absolutely enhances relationships outside of the bedroom.
What a great way to describe it. A lot of women get caught up in the performance aspect of sex. And I think that's why tantric sex might be so intriguing to some, because it really is about understanding your own pleasure, stripping away the need to look or act a certain way. Would you say that tantric sex can bring women closer to the divine feminine within them?
Well, I never use the terms divine feminine and divine masculine because I feel it reinforces a false gender binary that was never there in original Tantra, where tantric gods and goddesses were actually really gender fluid. I specifically founded Urban Tantra as a neo-tantric path to welcome in everybody who felt excluded from heteronormative tantric practices. It's especially there to welcome people of all genders and all sexual preferences. However, if somebody identifies with the divine masculine or the divine feminine, that's great. It's just not part of my work. To answer the first part of your question, tantric sex is certainly a physical experience, but it's more of an energy you allow rather than an action you perform. And that really, really helps to reduce this kind of societally grown performance that women sometimes feel they have to do.
And in terms of mindfulness, tantric sex really roots you into the present moment. Have you found with your own clients that it's also been a beneficial tool for enhancing their emotional and mental health in their day-to-day lives as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. The principles and practices of Tantra aren't specifically sexual, so you can really apply them anywhere. I've applied them in business meetings. I apply them in my work with animals. In fact, I've just made a YouTube video called Equine Tantra, showing how you can use tantric principles to connect with horses. One person got it so deeply, because I didn't just mean horses, I meant animals, that she told me that she was trying it with her skittish guinea pig. Because I think we need connection with our planet. We need connection with other beings on our planet. And I think Tantra goes a long way to show us how we can have a loving, respectful connection with all of life, not just humans and not just our lovers.
Absolutely. Such an incredible topic. Barbara, thank you so much for sharing all this information with us today. I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.